Good night. Ramadan Kareem to all. We're really super glad to be starting the Ramadan editions, and hopefully you will be also joining us in the festivities. Next episode will be celebrating the third year episode of Dxtalks 3. We are 3 years old. So that's an achievement by itself. This is episode 169, season 7. We are more than happy for you to join us, be with us. As I mentioned, and I always mention, like and share so we can spread across our region and really be on the forefront of the Middle East talking about the blockchain, crypto NFTs, metaverse, and Web3. So don't forget to subscribe. Today we have a beautiful lineup of two guests that will be joining us soon. One of them is already in the back room. So let's roll and okay, here we go. So our first guest is Niko De Jonghe. He will be with us. There's a new project that uh, Nico is releasing. I love this guy. We hosted him before. He's very creative, very innovative. Do check out in a few minutes what he's doing. And also, we have the Metaverse Fashion Week that has been kicked off, and we'll be hosting Freak, of course, that's his PFP, from North Fashion. I will be hosting and moderating a panel in the Metaverse. We will be sharing the news. It will be on this address. We'll share it, of course, on our social media. We'll have Tankpoko, Metakira, Bouquet, and many other really known stars in the metaverse. So make sure to join us to understand and to start seeing how things are really evolving in the metaverse. So this is my first exciting panel in the metaverse. That will be my first as far as a panel. I've been into university first time. I've been there for a party, and there will be an after party also to join us. And we go back to the crypto alert fraud. Make sure, please, don't fall for any fraud or identity impersonation, because this is happening a lot, especially on me, on Tay, and many of the people that we know. So always make sure. We will never ask for money. We will never ask for you to trade or anything else. And be careful of the similar names of, for example, Binance's, Coinbase, Condays, just make sure not to fall victim in those. As far as events, we have Consensus happening on April 26th. We are glad to be a media sponsor with them. Consensus is by CoinDesk, as a reminder, one of the most elite websites and crypto and blockchain news out there. So do join the event. And then we have the instant and fraud payment happening in Frankfurt. So we are really enjoying the events that are going global. We would like to announce new partnerships. Innovative Finance that is happening in Jumeirah on 15-16 May. Crypto 306 also in May. And Wiki Expo. And there are other two events that they are not there that will come later. So without further ado, let me directly host Nico. Nico, welcome to Dxtalks, welcome to Cryptotalks. We're really happy that you are here. blockchainvalleyvirtual.com. Tell us more. Introduce yourself again to our audience. You've been a guest before and a very good friend of ours. So welcome to the show again.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here, Rudy. Well, I'm very happy that you invited me again. Well, I want to say most good projects, they are built in the crypto winter. So we had time the last period in the crypto winter to build a lot. For me, it was important to build a very realistic metaverse, because if I watch the Web 2, who made the most money with Web 2? It's Amazon and the Chinese counterpart of Amazon, Alibaba. It's all about sales, and that's something that I was missing in metaverses. Virtual shops, very good looking avatars, quality and so on, that brands and so on can show their products, their services and so on like they should be. I saw too much Minecraft metaverses and too much based on gaming alone. Gaming is, of course, a very important factor, but it should go much farther than gaming alone, I think.
You mentioned now in the last sentence, it should go beyond just gaming. What do you mean beyond just gaming? Is that tokenization? Is that making it real, making items more, owned by the player, or how can we make that? And just want to say hi to the Amazon Mina team, and to Liwa and the rest that are joining in and watching. We are 120 now. Make sure to share and press that like, and thank you.
Well, the thing is, with me, the metaverse, it's that I'm now 45. When I was like 12, 13, I got my first Game Boy. And basically, I was telling my mother I want to be the character in the game, and of course, it was not possible. And I never saw that. Even in the normal games, you cannot be yourself. And my mother always said that I'm a dreamer, that I dream too much. And I can say the dream became reality because, as you can see here, for example, you will see the character, the knight that is here. This is a gamified piece, but this is me. This is my avatar that looks like me. And why is that important? That an avatar can look like yourself. It's not a must if you want to be a penguin, if you want to be somebody, a superhero or something. It can be true, but I will come to the point why for me it was important to have a realistic avatar. Here, for example, I'm a robot, because in the metaverse you can be whoever you are, whoever you want to be. But here, for example, realistic avatar that can do expressions of the face, that you can show that you're sad, happy, or whatever, is very important for what I said, business in the metaverses. Doing your job in the metaverse, doing a virtual shop in the metaverse, because like I said in Web 2, selling web shop is very important, but there is no interaction with the clients. Here, for example, I tested a crazy hairstyle, things you can't do in the metaverse. Now, why is this important? Maybe this will look familiar for you, Rudy. It's the Frank Muller store in Dubai. So it's a one-on-one copy, so it looks exactly the same. But in the metaverse, you cannot be there 24/7. You cannot be 24/7 ready to be there for your customers. Now, with an avatar, and in our case, we made the avatars with artificial intelligence, and we are so far that the artificial intelligence even understands emotions. So it can understand out of the conversation if you're happy, if you're sad, and so on, and it really interact with you. And we found that very important, because if you have a virtual shop, of course, your opening hours are non-stop, because everywhere in the world is somewhere a place that people will join your metaverse. So that's why it was so important for us that the avatars look very realistic. And you said something about the assets. Well, we want to be very new in that too. For example, an NFT now, it's art. You have a picture or something you have in your wallet, but what can you do with it? And we went way farther with it. We basically made a collection of, we call it the Thracians, because I'm from Belgium, but my IT team is in Bulgaria, and Bulgaria was, of course, where the Thracians in the past lived. If you ever saw the movie or the series Spartacus, well, these are the original inhabitants of Bulgaria. So we made a whole collection of treasures, a 3D NFT, all unique 10,000. But instead of just sitting in your wallet, we basically built something around it that the community can meet and greet in a section in our metaverse that only is accessible for those stations. We have crypto events going on there, especially for those people. We have virtual concerts, we have games where they can win real-time prizes like horse riding, bow shooting. So all traditional things related to the NFT. We have, for example, a whole gallery around that NFT so people can see all the different NFTs we have. But we also connected a lot of perks to that NFT. So that people, for example, not only have the NFT in their wallet, but really have use cases with it. That they really can see the other holders in a community in the metaverse and can do things together, have benefits. They have extra discounts on our marketplace, on virtual concerts, on future NFT drops, and so much, and so on. And from there, my fantasy start kicking in. And like I said, I'm from Belgium, and I'm from a city called Dendermonde. And in the Middle Ages, this was a very important city. It was fortified. And I was dreaming my whole life. I was wondering, how would my city look like in the past? And basically, we are making now an NFT around my city. And if you buy the NFT, you can basically get access to my city, how it looked in the Middle Ages. By the way, my city, most of the city is on UNESCO World Heritage, but we are representing the city, how it looked back then. So, of course, we go much further than that because, like in May, I was invited by one of our VCs on a super yacht to see the Monaco Grand Prix. And it was 4 days. And when I came from the super yacht, because I was never on a yacht before, I was thinking, what is the chance that my mother, my family, my father, my friends can ever experience that? And I was thinking, like, do you know what? I also have to do something around with that with an NFT, but you will see that in the future because we are connecting the real world with an NFT that also has access in our metaverse. Because the things that will happen in the real world will happen simultaneous in our metaverse. For the people that cannot access the yacht because they don't have the NFT, they can still see what is happening in our metaverse.
Very interesting, Nico. What I see, what I saw actually before in the blockchain valley. I don't know if you can update us quickly what's happening in the blockchain valley before I go on also.
Yeah. So, well, with Corona, you saw me on Dxtalks that year. We basically saw because then Facebook suddenly announced metaverse, and we thought we have to focus now on the metaverse because before nobody was speaking about metaverse, but then Facebook started to talk about metaverse, so we really knew now is the time. But also the smart city that we are going to build is going to happen later this year. But we connected it in our metaverse also like a digital twin, so people can already see what we are building and so on in our metaverse. But there are many more things we are doing because for us, I always say you have two kind of crypto people. You have the ones that go for the Lambo, and you have the ones, and that for me are the real crypto people. They are modern hippies. They want to do something back for the world. They want to take care for other people that are in need. And I was wondering how we can do that with metaverse. And I came up with some amazing things I can also show you, like here. And this is, for example, something very nice for Dubai. Save a tree, adopt a tree. How many times did you hear that? and you don't know actually if the tree is ever planted. But if you put that tree in the metaverse, you can basically put it on the blockchain as an NFT, and basically people can track that how many trees are sold, but they can also see the impact of the community, because that virtual forest that we also will grow in the real world, it will grow. And by the way, this is, if you see the trees are in a green box, it's called Groasis. It's our partner. And they basically developed a box, a water box, you see them here, that catch water from the atmosphere for remote areas without water, but especially deserts like in Dubai. If you want out of the city to make forests, we can actually do that with this technology. And with putting the tree in the water boxes, if you start to plant trees, you start to attract insects, insects attract birds, and like that you start to build a whole ecosystem. So basically you can make again from a desert a whole forest with a whole ecosystem.
Very, very interesting. Very
And then
interesting.
we gamified it a bit, because the TikTok generation, and so they are very engaged in taking care of the earth. So we put fruits on the trees that they can collect, and then if they collect a lot, they can buy, for example, a free virtual concert or a
Great.
free virtual asset or something.
Nico, due to the time, we spoke once that we will be moving also to your metaverse once it is ready, hopefully one day.
Yes,
That dream
you
will
are
be for you.
welcome.
Cryptotalks and Dxtalks will be in the metaverse with you, as you promised earlier on. We know that the project is still advancing. How can people, when is the release date, or is it released? And how can people, what website, if you don't mind also writing it in the private chat between us and you? And
Yeah,
meanwhile, how can people join the
yeah.
new game?
So we have now the public sale running. So it's blockchainvalleyvirtual.com. If the people go there, they can actually buy tokens. And we give some free gifts, like the nice NFTs, and so you saw you can get as extra. We also have a nice collaboration with Vesa Kivinen, that
Yeah,
the artist. He was even I think a few weeks ago as best NFT artist of
yeah,
2023.
And with AIBC, we were also
Yeah,
nominated for different as a podcast in the
super.
same show. It was something amazing.
Yeah, so if they go to this website, they can buy some tokens in the public sale. And on Monday, so next Monday, we have the first listing. I also want to say, coming back about giving back, for example, you can do so much like education. And this is something also we can build for you, like Rudy, like a whole studio. This is, of course, a classroom, but we can make a whole studio for you where your people can meet, and that you have your podcasts basically happening in the metaverse. But like this, we can also do education for remote and poor regions, but also like kids with autism. They have problems with social skills. We can teach them with avatars, so they can do that on their own pace and so on. We can really do so much with the metaverse, and especially because it's built in a real engine, we can make it really look so realistic that you really think that you're in the real world.
Amazing. Thank you, Nico, for good luck on your launch. Good luck on your sale. It's amazing. We have already some people interested. They love the graphics, of course, as Lamia. And Bob, he wants in. So make sure to visit the website. And with that, we'd like to thank you. Any last words before we host our next guest who is with us?
I will just put once more time the link so they know where they
Yeah.
can buy the tokens. Rudy, thank you for inviting me. Also, a lot of greetings for Tay if you hear him. And
Yeah, he's here. He's here. This is Tay.
yeah,
Here we go.
send him a lot of greetings. And hey, Tay, brother, how are you? And I hope to see you back soon in Dubai, both of you. And we will talk about your studio, how we can make something very nice for you guys.
Definitely. Thank you, Nico. And we'll see you soon. Keep on building.
We will. Thank you.
كيفك تاهي? Hope all is well on your side.
All is well, all
He's
is
from
well.
Belgium. He's close by.
He's my neighbor.
So he's your southern neighbor. So let's jump now to our next guest, the CEO of North Fashion, Freak. Freak, how
Hello, Rudy.
are
Can you hear me correctly?
we can hear you excellently.
How are you doing?
We're good. You?
Yeah, same as well. Same.
Tell us more. What's happening? We know we had a few minutes ago, we just announced that North Fashion, a panel, after party, Metaverse Fashion Week, Topango, Metakira, Bouquet, register. Tell us more. What's happening?
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Yes, so what's happening right now as we speak is the Metaverse Fashion Week 2023. There's a lot of activity happening in Decentraland. That's where everything is going on. And for the opportunity, we're launching on Friday, the 31st, or a global opening. So what is North Fashion? Just in a few sentences. We're a department store where you'll be able to look at and also buy NFTs and creations from amazing artists. And our mission is to actually pioneer and help pioneer the future of fashion, art, and innovation in the metaverse. And for that, we're doing everything we can to get the best of the artists, let it be live music or creation or innovators as well, into this one place that is going to be North Fashion. And so what's happening on Friday? Yeah.
What's happening on Friday? That's the question. Exactly.
So Friday is going to be our global opening. And you can join, obviously, if you're in Dubai. It's going to happen at 11 p.m. You'll be able to join. There's a great panel happening. The topic of the panel is the future of fashion in the metaverse. And actually, we'll have Teng Poco, who's the supermodel for this year Metaverse Fashion Week. So she's been helping us, also develop our brand and also be able to stay here and create that event. And we'll have a panel discussion as well with some other very important names in the industry. And we'll be discussing the future of fashion in the metaverse. Right after that, there's going to be a few other activities happening. So there's a fashion contest. So if you're a designer on Decentraland and you have wearables that you have and you want to showcase them, go to northfashion.io. Register and also send us through the form the name of your wearables, and we'll be able to enter them into the competition. There's 3 prizes to win. We'll be paying the fees of your next NFT wearable created in Decentraland. And right after that, happening actually at the same time up until the end of night. So you stay with us. It's going to be amazing. We'll have two DJs playing. So KDS and Vugsy, who are amazing DJs. I cannot explain to you how good this party is going to be since they're joining. And at the same time, you will be able to roam through the different floors of North Fashion and understand a bit more of what we're trying to do, and discover the Forward exhibition with several contemporary artists who are actually launching their NFT presence right for this specific event. So it also explains what we're trying to do is to enable artists, also visitors, innovators to get into Decentraland and trying to help them by enabling them to get in. So trying to remove all the barriers of entry or the roadblocks that you might find. Come to us and we'll be able to guide you through this.
Yeah, I just want to highlight, download the application Decentraland, install it, connect it to your wallet or your account, and then when you go in directly, you will have the event listed there. You can join, or you can go and join us directly to the address that I did not put now for some reason. I will put in a few seconds also. You can join directly to the address or to the event directly. I'm really happy to host my first event in your place that is really developed. I'm seeing the development. I just want to do a shout out to the team, Anas, and the team that is really Liwa, and the rest of the team that is really doing also a great job in this space. I don't know if you want to add anything more so that our people can benefit from this.
Yeah, and definitely big shout out to Polyfi, who's been building the building. You see, it's amazing. Thank you so much to you guys. You've been instrumental in bringing this to life. So yeah, please join us on March 31st, this Friday. You'll be able to discover what Decentraland is about. You'll also be able to discover the Fashion Week. Come at this location. It's minus 127,19. You'll find North
Here we go.
Fashion over there. Yeah, just join in. And if you're an artist or an innovator, if you want to launch your art in the metaverse, feel free to reach out to us, and we'll be able to help you and assist you. And so
Yeah.
northfashion.io.
So if you want to register, northfashion.io, join Freak. You're doing amazing. I know it's a hectic days. You need some sleep. You're barely sleeping. I've been with you for a while. I understand what's happening behind the scenes. It's a tough time, but guess what? 48 hours.
Thank you, Rudy.
It's close. With that, I'd like to thank you again for joining, and then we'll jump to our co-host. Cheers.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Bye.
Bye-bye. So, as you saw, a lot of exciting times, a lot of things happening. Join in, and it's Decentraland. Download, connect, put your avatar, create your avatar, your punky avatar. Join us minus 12719, 11 p.m. Dubai time, Friday. Tay, how is my body?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching. It's good evening for me. I'm calling from the Netherlands, from The Hague. All is well, Rudy. Week number 13. It was a very, very intense week in the crypto space. We all heard what happened with Binance, CZ, and CFTC. We're going to talk about it a little bit. We saw Bitcoin breaking $28,700, and as if we are going to the $33,000 levels, and then we saw a little dip happening after that. Let me pull up the prices really quick. Bitcoin is trading at $28,339, Ethereum 1,800, Binance 316, Tether, USDC, and the stable coins have a healthy peg of $1, and the rest of the crypto markets have barely moved from last week to this week. But it was an interesting week on Glassnode as well, as Glassnode has documented that most of the inflows that we saw on the exchanges, this means money that is coming from outside the exchange into the exchange, inflows, almost 92% from last week until this week were inflows of short-term holders or hodlers. Who are the short-term holders? They are holders of crypto, specifically Bitcoin, and they've been holding it for more than 1 hour or less than 155 days. So during this period of 155 days, we saw that 92% of those holders, they went into the exchange. This means they are going to sell the positions they have in order to take some profit. So we can say this week was the profit-taking week. A lot of consolidation is happening now. But the regulatory space is a chaos, and is a chaos because we're going to talk about what happened in the past week in crypto shortly after we get back to you.
Indeed, it's crazy times, I think, what's happening. So, Elias registered, do register, do share our episode so that more people can join. Ali, hello. Pharaoh, hello. We have a lot of new people today. Welcome on board. I hope this also timing is kind of active and good for you. So with that, let me jump into the slides, hand you over so that it's yours. Glassnode, it is.
So one more time, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are watching Crypto Talks. This is week number 13. And in this week, there were some major news that happened, especially on the regulatory side. What happened this week, week number 13? It is one of the most confusing weeks in crypto. Many companies are scrambling to find their identity. Are they a commodity offering company, or are they a security offering company, or are they a crypto company? The markets have been volatile, the trading activity has been shaky, but the biggest problem today in crypto, and especially for crypto firms, is to fit themselves. And there is no clarity at the moment on where are the laws heading and which law are we aligned with. And this confusion started when the CFTC, which is short for the US Commodity Futures and Trading Commission, CFTC, they had a lawsuit against Binance, against their previous compliance officer and CZ himself, the CEO and the founder of Binance. And the lawsuit centers around the fact that Binance was offering margin trading and trading tools and activities for US investors, and they were not doing this in a compliant way where they are registered, where Binance is registered with the CFTC. And according to the head of CFTC, they said, well, crypto is a commodity, and you were offering margin derivatives and trading activities on those commodities, and you are not registered. While the SEC is saying, no, crypto is not a commodity. Everything is a security except for Bitcoin. So, therefore, today, this dilemma is forming out where we want to categorize crypto as a commodity, as a security for regulation purposes. If you are a crypto company, or if you're planning to open a crypto company in the US, you are today lost on where to go. Are you going to apply for a CFTC license, or are you going to apply for an SEC license? So this clash between the regulators has shown how early we are still in the crypto markets, although we are more than $1 trillion market cap. There is a huge potential and upside for economies around the world to adopt crypto and adopt especially Bitcoin, whether in legal tenders and payments and cross-border solutions and solutions for store of value, hedging inflation, and so on. The right question of classifying cryptocurrencies and classifying Bitcoin specifically as a security or as a commodity is heating up, and it will have a big effect on cryptocurrencies in the future. From that major question and major incident that happened, we move on from the CFTC, and what we saw in crypto markets this week was mainly centered around this Binance lawsuit, but as well we saw a crypto greed and fear index that slipped to 59 out of 100, while it was a almost for 18 months since Bitcoin was at $69,000. The crypto, not only Bitcoin, but the crypto fear and greed index shows that the confidence since 18 months was very high in cryptocurrencies, but as of this week, this confidence has slipped slightly, going from an all-time high of I think approximately it was around 68, and now we are at 59. So this is as well a major indication that not only from a regulatory side, we're losing confidence in where should crypto companies head in the future for appropriate compliance and regulation, but as well the overall sentiment is slipping back. Safemoon was as well in the news for this week, although it did not hit crypto talks news or any type of news lately. Safemoon was hacked after their recent upgrade in their protocol, and the amount of hack was around $9 million. There has been big allegations around this project, whether the current tech leader or the previous tech leader, they both have been. There has been allegations that they were embezzling money. They were slowly rug pulling the project for amounts that go more than $10 million. Many people try to expose the bad practices of Safemoon, but Safemoon made huge headlines in the bull market, in the latest bull market. And these headlines, they were not only made by Safemoon, but as well by the promoters of Safemoon. We're talking about Jake and Paul Logan. We're talking about Soldier Boy, the artist. There was as well a few celebrities that promoted this project, and they promoted the get rich quick scheme, which the law does not punish, but the law will punish you if you don't say you are paid for these ads. So the irony of all this story is, if you do a bad practice, especially when advertising falsely for products, they will not punish you on your false advertisements. They will punish you for the fact that you did not mention that you are advertising. And this is with the majority of the crypto promotion cases that we're seeing today. They're getting small fines compared to the deeds, the bad deeds they made. Not everything in crypto is bad. We have some good developments from Polygon, where we saw a new infrastructure coming out, a new Web3 infra protocol. The name of the project is Wakwili. Wakwili will be the authenticator, will give the authenticity certificates for NFTs so that there will be less fraud in that space. I think for our MENA region, this is very important. This partnership has started in August 2022, but the final details of this agreement were just released in March 2023, and the testnet will be available in April, so like few days from now, and the full infrastructure will be available by Q3 2023. Polygon has been always pushing for more scalability, more privacy, and with this latest addition of their infrastructure authenticity protocols, they will be as well heading into minimizing fraud especially in the Polygon space. Another regulatory hit this week from EU lawmakers, where they are capping transactions that are non-KYC'd to $1,000 or sorry, 1,000 euro, and any new regulation that is coming into Europe will come under what is called a single playbook. A single playbook means there will be no special regulations among different EU countries. There will be one regulation to rule them all for the EU, but EU countries, they have the freedom in adopting and adapting. So in order to do the cross payments, in order to be compliant, in order to work in the EU zone and the EU industry, companies have to abide by the single playbook. It is very criticized to have a one rule that measures them all, but that's the state of the situation now in EU. MiCA will be as well enforced in April, if I'm not mistaken, and as well there has been some changes into the anti-money laundering laws to include the mild or soft ban on privacy coins, mixers, and so on. So one of the major alarming events that happened last year was the arrest of one of the Tornado Cash developers in Amsterdam. The developer was arrested, and he was like they didn't prosecute him yet, but he is accused of money laundering and accused of financing terrorism and aiding criminals in washing money through Tornado Cash. But why did this case ended in this guy being arrested? Because there are rumors that his tools and his contributions to the Tornado Cash project ended up helping the North Korean regime in money laundering the money that they basically take as ransomware and use to finance their military and nuclear programs. Lately, last week, I think it was the week before as well, there was a hack on a DeFi protocol for an amount of $200 million. It was not the hack that happened last week or the week before it. It was the discovery that behind this hack is the Lazarus Group. And Lazarus Group is famous hacking group from North Korea that they are supplying the funds for the regime to continue its discovery of rocket launches and whatever activities they are, or whatever aggressive activities they are pursuing in North Korea. So these activities were financed by money that was hacked from crypto projects, especially DeFi space. And one of the latest $200 million hacks was orchestrated by Lazarus Group. Ties to Tornado Cash and to this developer led to his arrest in Amsterdam. Rudy, I don't know if we missed more news for this week, but we can return back to you.
So I think that's it, right on the spot. If there's any questions, we'll be more than happy to take, especially with the new names that have joined. We are more than welcome to ask any question related to the market and what's happening. I think it's a very exciting times also to understand the dynamics and the fight and the war against CZ and how they are trying to nail him. I think every point and every place, dangerous game.
Yes.
Anyway, if there's no questions, I'd like to wish you a happy Ramadan day also.
Yes. Before we end, Rudy, kind reminder to all our watchers, and they can go tell their friends and their families and everyone they know. August 2nd, 2023 is a very important date in crypto, where we have the Litecoin halving. And we all know when halving happens, usually there is a spike in prices after the halving events due to the psychology of shrink supply, increased demand, prices go up. The second important date, which is 1 year from now, the Bitcoin halving day. Bitcoin halving day on March 2024. Dxtalks and Cryptotalks were with you in the period of time when Bitcoin was making every 10 minutes an average of 6.25 Bitcoins. Cryptotalks and Dxtalks will still continue to be with you in March 2024, but the only difference is Bitcoin will not be making 6.25 Bitcoins every 10 minutes. It will be making 3.125 Bitcoins per 10 minute or per block. So this is a major event in cryptocurrencies, especially when it comes to the Bitcoin halving, because in the Bitcoin halving, we expect usually a cycle to happen, and this cycle usually is a bullish cycle. The reason being a bullish cycle, supply is shrinking, demand is increasing, prices go up. A very simple formula. If we look at the current macroeconomic conditions, Silicon Valley Bank going down, Credit Suisse closing down, too much uncertainty on how banks and how the financial traditional world order is moving compared to crypto, the conditions are ripe, are good, are suitable for a Bitcoin bull run or for a crypto bull run that happens from adoption. So if we continue on the same pace with traditional banks disappointing and losing the trust of its depositors, there will be a new wave of people coming into Bitcoin, not to speculate only, but to transact, to do cross-border payments, to do store of value, and much more functions of money. When is this date? March 24. So keep your head in your head, March 24. From now until March 24, we will see some volatility, but my personal opinion is we're gonna see uptrends being built from now. After the halving event, it will be a total like a total new era for Bitcoin, especially with the diminished supply cut by 50%. Would this not be lucrative to miners? Ali Khan is asking, will be the demand for miners going down? This is a very good question. And the unexpected has happened. What do we mean by the unexpected has happened? In January 2023, a new protocol was launched on Bitcoin called Ordinals. And Ordinals is netting today miners huge amounts of money because of the transaction fees that are happen on the NFTs. So the NFTs, minting NFTs on Bitcoin is netting transactions for miners. We didn't see this happening. So I believe miners will still play a very important role for Bitcoin in the future. The more prices go up, the more miners are making money from transaction fees. So August 2023, Litecoin halving, March 2024, Bitcoin halving. Those are dates. They're similar to how we say today the Federal Reserve is meeting to change interest rates. This is a very similar event. The only difference is we know upfront what's going to happen. We know in August 2023, Litecoin will diminish its supply by half. I don't need to wait for the Federal Reserve to tell me this. By March 2024, Bitcoin will drop its supply by half. I know it a year prior to it. I don't need for anyone to come on the television and tell me what's going to happen. So keep those dates in mind and look in the history of Bitcoin, what happened a year before the halving, a year after the halving. If history repeats itself, then we are on a very interesting journey in the coming 2-3 years.
Indeed. So don't forget to join Floos on Telegram and benefit from also the launch of the beta application that Floos has released, floos.com.
Absolutely. Absolutely. People today, Rudy, can go to our website, floos.com, click on the buy button, if you are in Europe, you are able to purchase Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies through Flus.com by clicking on the buy button. Very soon, this buy button will be working in Lebanon as well, where people will be able to purchase crypto through the Flus widget. Bear with us a couple of weeks, and this will be live as well. At It's Flus is our Telegram handle. At Flus is my Telegram handle. Feel free to get in touch, and I'll see you next week.
Cheers.